Hi guys again. This is my video about Sweden. Well actually this is going to be a little bit of a prelude before the Sweden one. I feel like that one's going to be a two-parter. Where to start? I guess we'll start with Johanna. So, Johanna is my girlfriend. And we met on a Discord writing server. We were both into writing, kind of like, like one person plays a character, the other person plays a character, and you kind of write stories together. And so it's like a role play. And so we met on that. I found her on November 24th of 2024, so about a year, almost a year exactly, actually, but at the time of this recording. And we were just kind of like hanging out, becoming friends. She put on a post of a prompt, is what it's called. It's where you're like, hey, I want to do this kind of idea for her writing. And the way she described it was very much like Bones. And I was like, I love Bones. That's a great TV show. If y'all don't know Bones, it's a really great TV show, actually. When did it come out? So, the Bones TV drama from 2005, where it has 12 seasons. I haven't watched any of the new stuff, but I hear it's good. If you've watched any of that, you know how good of a story it is. It's between a FBI agent and an anthropologist, I think it's called, where she studies bones and different things, and she's like an archaeologist because she goes to other places and stuff, but she's like super smart, and she can just take a look at the bones and like piece together who the person was as like when they were alive, and they're solving like serial killer mysteries and like murder mysteries and everything like that. And it's really fun. It's a really fun show if you ever watched it. Very suspenseful. It's a teeny drama. But I saw her prompt and I had replied to it because it was after a time where I stopped writing for a bit and I wanted to get back into it. And I saw it and I was like, hey, I'd love to do this. And she replied to me and was like, hey, I already am doing this with someone, but I'd love to do it with somebody else. That's just kind of how the writing community is. And so that's where it all began. We started just chatting, talking about our characters. We started role playing our characters, writing our story. And Johanna's a great artist. And so she started doing like art for it. And I was just awestruck because I didn't know I was going to find someone who could do art and writing. I mean, not that it's not impossible, but it's just like I didn't think that she was going to be like so multifaceted like this. Most of the time when you are on a role play group, from the ones that I remember as a kid at least, I don't know if it's changed recently, you have your role play and that's about it. You don't really talk about outside of it. You don't really connect. You just kind of role play and that's it. Sometimes you can be like, hey, are you good? I've noticed you haven't role played, like you haven't replied in the last 5 days. Want to make sure you're still alive, kind of thing. But so we started like going about it, and she'd send me TikToks on Discord being like, hey, what if we did this scenario? And hey, I like this idea for the characters. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I was like, you know what? Let's cut out the middleman. I have a TikTok too. So we follow each other on TikTok so we could send them together so we wouldn't have to go through having to like either download them or just copy and paste them and hope we get the right one on Discord, because at the time it was just kind of a little odd. And so we started chatting, and chatting became into a bit of a friendly flirting, and that happens sometimes. And we were just kind of friendly flirting, and then it became real flirting. And then next thing I know, I have a girlfriend in Sweden, and she's amazing and beautiful. But yeah, no, I haven't even met her yet, and I'm a bit smitten, you could say. But anyways, yeah, so we're gonna talk about Sweden and everything that I did there. So I guess this is me seeing you guys in the future. Bye. Well, I guess in a couple seconds. All right, so this is me on the SkyTrain in New York at JFK. And I thought it was kind of cool to kind of do like a little bit of a traveling. A lot of the stuff in this is going to be traveling, and I mean a lot of it is going to just be traveling, like scenes of countryside, the side of the train, everything. So yeah, no, you'll get to see all that. And then I finally got into JFK and I had to go through security and TSA and customs. Was able to finally sit and have some food. Had a classic slice of New York pizza and cheesecake. Really loved the neon at this place, so I took a picture of that as well. Then I finally got on board to my flight to Copenhagen. Had a pretty decent food there. It was a meat stew with Brussels sprouts and carrots, and I was kind of surprised because I didn't think I'd like the whole thing. I didn't like the salad that much. That was quinoa, but it was good. And then for the next morning, we have the egg and cheese sandwich with some little orange juice. Pretty standard, pretty good. Now this was really fascinating. On this particular plane, going and coming back, there were videos. So I showed you a little bit of Copenhagen and then the runway of us going into Copenhagen as well. I thought that was fascinating. And then of course I got Johanna's Snapchat of greeting me at the airport. I thought it was really cute. Our first meet, I was so excited, and so was she. We were also very shy and nervous. Had frozen pizza with just cheese and ham with it's kind of like a kebab sauce, but it's like a ranch, but it's a kebab sauce. And then we had the breakfast. It was a traditional Scandinavian breakfast of bread with some meat and some cream cheese. I don't know if it's traditional, it's what we had a couple days. And then this is the second day because I slept all the first day. The second day, we go into the town and we were just kind of walking around a little bit, getting some looks of Malmo, and really enjoyed it. We met up with Ida and Shub, and we got to go to a fika. You get to see a picture of the princess cakes in the case, and then Johanna had a traditional Swedish cinnamon roll, not an American, and I had a vanilla Danish. We got to hang out for the whole day. We went to 2 malls, and it was a lot of fun. This is us on the train going to the second mall, which was Emporia, if I remember correctly. It was really cool and colorful, but I didn't have a chance to take photos because I didn't want to be that weird tourist that just goes and takes photos of everything. So I got some stuff, but not all of it. And now I saw this when we first came in from the Copenhagen airport. We had to go up these escalators in between the stations, but I really loved this. It was this kind of like cool, like neon, and it had this elevator for ADA, and it was just so cool. And then they had these giant like bells off to the side. I couldn't tell if they were for the holidays or not, but you know. This is us waiting at the bus stop to head home. Johanna saying hi, and Shub and Ida as we waited for the bus. Johanna had to stay over to the side because she was smoking. Then this is the traditional Swedish meatballs that Johanna made. The chicken meatballs were frozen, but she made the gravy from scratch, and my god, I didn't want to ruin this experience because it was so good, so I didn't even have the ones from IKEA because I didn't want to like spoil the taste. It was so delicious. And then, since European and American Fanta, especially orange Fanta, is so different, she wanted me to try it. And it's like Sunny D, but if you put like soda water in it, more juice than soda. And then again, for our next Swedish breakfast, we had some hard-boiled eggs with some different type of bread and the spreads. And then we went to IKEA. This is our third day. So Johanna and I went to IKEA and we took the train. It wasn't too far, but it was kind of like on the outskirts. Very much like when you're in America, you get the vibe of like the automobile like area where you can go to car dealerships. It was very out there by it, which you'll see in a second. Then there's us approaching the IKEA in the homelands. And then we had IKEA for lunch. It was delicious. Johanna had the chicken, and then I had the flounder because I wanted a little bit of fish. And it was so good. I had a side salad, which was a bit bitter, so I didn't get to finish it, unfortunately. She had the carrot cake, which is actually a lot better than my strawberry cheesecake, honestly. And it was just so delicious. Oh, the romaine sauce was the best part. It was like a mayonnaise, but like 10 times better. It was like a mixture of like mayonnaise and other stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to record our laundry session because I thought it was just interesting that Swedish students, especially in the dorms like Johanna is, doesn't need to pay for detergent or soap or anything, or even just using the laundry. It comes with their dorms. So I thought this was really fascinating that it was built inside of it and then there's dryers off to the side. And then that night we were kind of tired from our IKEA run. And so we ordered in from a local, basically a McDonald's, but it was the Swedish version. Johanna really likes it. I got a chicken sandwich while she got a burger. I should have gotten the burger. And then we got some shakes, which I was surprised because I thought the shakes would be like thick, like in the US, but it was more like thin with bits on the bottom. But it was still really good. It was more like chocolate milk. And then this is our next day. I didn't do the breakfast because it was the same as the very first one with just meats and some toast. This is our ride to more of in town. The first day that we actually walked around was more of just like around the area that was around her place. This is actually more into Malmö and having a lot of the stuff that she likes to go to, bookstores and everything, which we did hit a couple of really fun nerdy bookstores, which was so much fun. Loved it. It was great seeing that even in Sweden they know to cater to D&D and also to all the people that love different things. But also today, during this time, we went to a bunch of different parks because Malmö is known for being the city of parks. So you're going to see some of that, and it's one of my favorite things because the parks were really pretty. I mean, really pretty. The lamp. I love this lamp so much. It was in the middle of a like connection bus station area, and I got a picture of me in front of it, but I can't seem to find it. I think Johanna has it still. And then we started walking towards like a strip mall area, and there was just a bunch of pigeons, and I thought it was fun. But they had these murals everywhere. I didn't get a ton of pictures of the murals and the graffiti, but there was a bunch of murals, and this was down one of the side streets on our way there. This was inside the mall. It is a printing press place where they do custom prints. They were doing a calendar. I should have gotten a calendar from here. It was so cool. And then the next store we went to, it was page 28, queer bookstore. And it was so much fun. Like, it was so cool seeing how many, like, LGBTQIA plus places there were in Sweden, in Copenhagen, in Malmö. It was just so much fun to be feeling, like, so safe. Now, we went to an Asian market, which was inside the strip mall, and found these Castella cakes. And I have never had a Castella cake before, and I wanted to try one so bad since I saw it on The Wind Rises on Studio Ghibli. So here's me trying it for the first time. Okay. Do you want to try it as well?
I can try by later.
Okay. Oh, it's just like a sponge cake. That's really good.
Is it a thumbs up?
It's a thumbs up. And then we went to Folketsparken, and it's the People's Park, and they had also a lamp over here, which I thought was really cool. Johanna thinks it's like an art piece, like an art segment. And we found this really cute little heart thing that we took some pictures at. And they had this giant like rose thing as well, which was really cool. Apparently it turns into like a water feature, like a fountain in the summer. So that, like a splash pad for kids. But it was a lot of fun. So are these like people in particular or? No idea. And then as we were walking around, Johanna pointed this out, that some of the tiles at the Folkeparken had these little mosaics. So I took a video of them. I think they were really, really cool. I loved how different they were. And we found one, like at the end, you'll see one that's just really slowed down and it's of a cat. And it's because we found it like, I'm going to say block or two farther down the way. So it was like everywhere. We also found this really cute little like kawaii shop, and we wanted to spend some money there, but we just couldn't justify it because we had so many other places we want to go to. But it was really cute and pink. If you're in Arizona and you know of K Collective, it's very much like that. But we had a fun time. They were setting up for the winter market in Folkeparken as well, which was very interesting. Apparently, they have a skating rink that turns into a pool during the summer, and then it has the big skating rink that you can go around the entire park with. After we went through a couple of walking areas, we found the Central Hub Station, where we came out of from the day before from the airport, and it had this beautiful church. There's the Central Hub, and it had this beautiful church next to it, and it was just really pretty. I love the architecture in Sweden. It's honestly in the culture. It's so gorgeous. I can't wait to go again, honestly. I want to see so much. And this is a part of the main park. What park was this called? Pilgrimsparken. But it had two main ponds. This is the smaller pond and it had so many like ducks and swans and stuff. It was just so fascinating. And then it had this like little dog park area that had a lot of really pretty autumn leaves. I loved photographing Johanna here, honestly. And we couldn't tell what this building was. We were going to go up to it, but we were kind of just wanted to just hang around. And apparently they had a thing called fruit salad in the planters in the front of it, which we think is during spring and summer they plant different colors of things. This is the bigger pond, and it has a little bit of a fountain thing on the side that wasn't working at the time because it's winter. But it was really cool, and we really enjoyed just walking around in nature, and it was beautiful. This park was humongous. I mean, bigger than you can even think of. They had these little structures in it. It was so cool. I loved it so much. Yeah, that's really cool. And this is another part of the park, part of that smaller pond on the other side where the bridge is. And we didn't get to go over the bridge because we went around it. But like I said, there was millions of swans and magpies and birds everywhere. And it felt like a hedge maze in some areas. There was also a preschool in there. This is a princess cake. If you are from the US, do not go to the princess cake from IKEA. Go and get one from Sweden. I'm not a huge marzipan person. I don't like it. It's too sweet. This princess cake was amazing. It had the perfect amount of cream in it, perfect amount of raspberry for like a little bit of tartness. The marzipan on top was just slight and subtle. It was amazing. And this is a grocery store princess cake. So it was very like impressive. So this is julmust, which is a Christmas soft drink. This tasted more like a soda than the Fanta did. It was very Christmassy, and it kind of tasted like, the best way I can describe it is like when you walk into a world market and it smells like a world market is how it tastes. I know that sounds awful, but believe me, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. And then the water bottle next to it kind of gave a hint of what the pear drink that we would drink. It was like a concentrate that you would water down with normal water, and that was amazing too. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to go again. It was so good. I loved it so much. I want to go again. I want to go so many times. But yeah, so this is my Sweden video, and I will see you guys in the next one. And yeah, see you in Copenhagen.